The aging face and the professor's clothes. So what changes anatomically? It's not just about a wrinkle anymore. You have to look at the whole picture and the anatomy and the aging face. So aging is layered. Okay, so 3 things that I want you to think about. You have bone loss, bone changes. You have fat pad redistribution. You have skin laxity. You have ligaments that are getting weaker. And then you just have the person's, genetic DNA that where aging can vary from person to person. So it's never one thing. And it's definitely not just about wrinkles. It's a whole dynamic picture of the whole face and all the different layers. Natural results are diagnostic. The best product is not the point. The correct anatomy is. Remember, foundation, anatomical. Start to think about the whole face and all the structures. And anatomy is dynamic. We're moving, right? Our muscles are constantly moving. Faces move, they swell, they scar, descend, compensate. So I want you to think about anatomy in motion, not just in diagrams. So read the aging pattern before you reach for product. So assess your patients properly. Don't just chase wrinkles. Think about combination treatments that can address all the different changes in aging. So foundational science, what actually changes? So the deepest layer is going to be your bone. And you could see here how we have these nice sharp jawline, sharp zygomatic bone. And then as we're changing, our teeth are changing, our bone is resorbing, our actual structure to our skin, what's holding up our skin is changing. So we have bone changes, then we have fat changes. So when we're younger, we have these nice fat pads that are keeping our face rounded and elevated. And as we have in today's times too, we're losing weight more rapidly with, GLP-1s and all the weight loss and aging on top of that. You could see the fat pads are changing and they're migrating. So that's also not going to be having structure or foundation for the skin. So you have bone and fat changes. Then muscle and ligament. So our muscles are getting weaker. They're atrophying. They're not holding things up as much. Your ligaments are getting weaker. So you could see here the progression as everything's changing. The bone bone resorbing, bone changes, the fat compartment changes, and then the muscle and the ligaments aren't holding things up as tightly. And then on top, the top layer is the skin. So then you're going to see skin laxity, wrinkles, thinner skin. So I want you to think from deeper to superficial. So we just went through all the layers from bone to skin. And now you can see it's not just about wrinkles, it's just changes of the entire face. The aging cascade. So projection changes, volume changes, movement changes, and skin changes. So avoid thinking, in the single layer, okay? And think about the face as a whole, and as things change, how it's going to affect what's around it. How injectors should learn anatomy. Typical trainings in the past, I noticed were about teaching injectors a technique and points. But now we've really changed. And, I love what we've done at Empire. We have this amazing cadaver class that has evolved over time to really adapt to what we think that people need, that we found was missing from a lot of training centers and traditional trainings. They were missing the what. So we're really focused on that. So, diagrams are netters that we learned in, med school, PA school. That's great, but it's a flat picture. So when we're looking at anatomy, we have to look at different dimensions and different layers. So what to add? Touch your patient, palpate things, palpate the face, palpate the bone, planes, vascular variation, right? Person to person that changes, movement, facial aging, and being ready for complications, and how to learn it. Before and afters are one of the best things that we could do. We could see where we're starting. We could see the patient in a few weeks. So take a lot of pictures, compare photos, palpate landmarks, watch expressions, and take as much anatomy and cadaver classes as you can. You can learn advanced ultrasounds and things like that. This is all, safety first. Knowledge is power. Anatomy is going to build your confidence. Okay. You're going to be safer injectors, stronger injectors. It's what's going to separate you from the rest. The people that were just trained, how to inject something, but not why. Okay. So I think that that's going to separate the good injectors from the not so good injectors. Assessment drives natural results. So match the visible concern to the true anatomical driver before choosing a tool. So it's the same thing. think about the face as a whole. Your patient may be coming in and saying, I look tired, I hate my under eyes. But then you think, oh, what's the support around the tear trough? They have volume loss in their cheek, and you build up their cheek and their zygomatic area. And then all of a sudden the tear trough looks better. So that's a good example of, what the patient says, and then analyzing what could be the driver behind it, assess and then explain to them properly how the different anatomy relates to each other. My face is sagging. We may have, bone resorption, skin laxity, muscle and ligament weakness. Your fat pans are changing. So that's the likely driver. So patients coming in and they're saying this to you, but you're thinking one step further and you're going to the anatomy and you're assessing what are the things in the face that could be affecting this. You're assessing all their, lifestyle and other treatments that they've done. And then in plain language, you're going through and explaining it. So I do like these. Let's separate shadow from true volume loss. Filler cannot lift every type of heaviness. And we treat the cause, not just the crease. So that's a great way to be able to speak to your patients. The one anatomical rule, if every injector remembered one rule, let's make it this: product belongs in the plane of the problem. So you really need to understand your tissue layers, okay? You need to understand the different layers of the anatomy. And we just went through it, from bone to skin. And I think taking anatomy class, we dissect out those layers so that you can, learn them and understand them. Because if you're putting your product in the wrong plane, you could either lose it and not cause any, they'll have no result, or you could be in a dangerous plane. So it's very important. It's not just the product that you choose. That's very important, but it's also where are you injecting it. So don't chase a surface defect, with the wrong depth or the wrong vector. The face is layered and your plan should be too. Everything is about thinking about what am I injecting, why, what's around it, and how is that going to affect everything else around that. If you know your anatomy, it helps you to, of course, prevent complications, but it also helps with how your results are going to be. It's more, you get more consistent results with properly assessing the anatomy. So number one, observe the whole face. Okay. So just like I taught, look at everything top to bottom, superficial to deep. So you're obsessed, looking at the whole face, analyzing, diagnose, name the driver, understand what an anatomical difference can be causing the thing that your patient came in for. Pick the right product for the right plane. The dosaging, right? You don't, too much or too little is going to change the end result. And then pause. And I always reassess. I'm very big on checkups. So I'll bring people back in 2 weeks with Botox and say, I can add more, but I can't take away. And with filler too, I rather be conservative and I say it's a journey and I'm going to keep them as safe as possible. I'll bring them back. And if I need to add more, then I will. So pause, don't overdo it. And the safest, most natural result is the one that anatomy can support. Thanks for being with me here today. My name's Melissa Pulsini-Butine. I'm a PA. Confidence through anatomy is very important. I look forward to seeing you again at our cadaver anatomy class.